I'm Ramona Werst with the Real Texas Blogs, and today we have a special treat. We are here at Groomer Seafood, and I've got the owners here, Rick and Blake Groomer, and they're going to tell us some history about how they got started and tell us all about seafood. So let's start with you, Rick. When did you start Groomers? How did it come about? And I know it's a family business.
There you go. 1892 was when Groomer Seafood basically first started. My family's been in the business since then on both sides of the family, both my mom and my dad. We actually have, I think, a fishing license up here from 1907, somewhere around here, from one of my uncles. We've just been in it a really long time. I personally have been in it since I was born, pretty much. Blake's pretty much been it. He used to, as a baby, wander around on the dock around here. Swat flies, anything to make it happen. And we would just sell seafood from whether it be commercial fishing, shrinking, wholesale. We had restaurants. We did pretty much everything that could be done in the seafood business.
Wow, and now I know that you started out with a small operation and you've just grown, and now you used to just be wholesale and to the restaurants, correct?
We started out of a little wooden shack right there, as you can see it right up there with the ant in front of it. That was the original Groomer Seafoods right there, probably around 1976 in that time. Since then, of course, we've grown to the 22,000 square foot building that we have now. We're building another location in Corpus Christi and another one in Austin. So things are good, things are going well. We were mainly a wholesaler, selling to local restaurants all over the state of Texas. And then we started this retail store about 2 years ago. We've been doing it ever since, and it's just been a heck of a ride.
Right now, I also know on some Saturdays you have a chef.
Yes.
And can you tell us a little bit about that special event?
On most Fridays and Saturdays, we'll have people coming in and they'll cook. They'll do different demos for us, whether it be different spices being used, different seafoods being used, a lot of different things. We have multiple layers of chefs that come in and do this thing for us, and it works out really well.
Tell us about some of your seafood. I know that you don't only get it from the Gulf, but you bring in live crawfish from New Orleans. And then I've also tried your salmon. Right. And that was brought in from...
all over, really. You got salmon from Scotland, from New Zealand, from Alaska during the salmon season, even from Norway as well, or even Canada. We've got a bunch of different types of salmon. During the wild season, we have everything from sockeye salmons, king salmons, marble salmons, ivory salmons. Then we've got like some blueback sockeye in once. Lots of different types there from even the Yukon River and the Copper River as well. But lots of different types of that one. Very, very good.
Wow, so tell us about some of your other different fishes that you bring, or your different seafoods.
Well, one of the things is we've always said is if it ever swims somewhere and it's legal to catch, we probably sell it. Our product comes from the world. We get stuff from pretty much every continent that has a touches water in some form or fashion, and it comes here, whether it be from the Arctic, the Antarctic, Russia. We get it from all over Africa, New Zealand, Australia, all over our hemisphere, whether it be from Canada, Nova Scotia, both sides of the continent. It just comes from everywhere.
Wow. Well, I know we've gotten oysters here, and we were taught how to chuck an oyster.
Sure.
Let's go ahead and talk about your process here, because I know that you just don't bring in seafood and then you don't just sell it to us. What exactly do you do here?
What we are is you're seeing in our kitchen door. You're looking in the back of what happens in a fishmonger's house. So when you come into the store, it's a little different than most places you would see at a grocery store, where you see a real nice sterile environment and you see some display counters up front, and you go up and you kind of pick whatever happens to appeal to you at the counter. Here, you actually look into our house, at the back of the house, and you see everything that we have to offer. If you see it and you want it, we'll cut it up for you, package it, box it, ice it for you. Everything to make the process as easy as possible for you, and we send you on your way.
Wow. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at your operation here. Okay. And we'll just go ahead and bring the viewers into Groomer Seafood.
There you go. You want to do that part? Okay.
Great. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Come on in, guys.
Okay.
That's where you're at? Yeah, that's it. Alright, as you can see, this is our operation right here. It's a little bit like an assembly line. The fish starts right here, we rinse it off and everything. It goes over to our expert filleters here, like Lalo here. He's been filleting with us for about 20 years. I mean, he's a machine on it. They're the best of the best. They fillet it, goes to the next side. They'll take the bones out, they'll skin it, they'll scale it, whatever the restaurant or the individual wants. It's all fresh cut to your order. It's an individual process. If you want to Right here, what we're doing is this is a bronzino. It comes out of the Mediterranean. It's a farm-raised product. It's real popular in Europe. It's kind of making a little bit of an uprising in the culinary world here in America as well. But what we do here is it's a real good fish to do whole. You can salt encrust it or even just stuff it with some fresh herbs and lemon. And what Edward's doing here is he takes the scales off for you. So, you know, a restaurant, they get the fish, they don't have to scale it or anything. We use these tools here. It gets the scales off pretty easily. We make sure we get it from basically the whole area there. We also take the guts out and also the gills out for him, so it doesn't give that bitter taste in the gills. But we kind of just send it all up here. He does them all. We get them in a box, send them out to the restaurant. And then over here, let me, hey Johnny, you know how to play fish real fast?
And what kind of fish is this?
This is black drum. This is actually one of our #1 sellers. It's local here in the Gulf. My family's been catching this fish for, you know, almost 100 years. Really. It's kind of, if you're out there in the Gulf and you're eating, this is the fish to eat. Nice mild flavor, great for using almost anything. See what we'll do here is we'll gut it, go right around the head. And what we do is when we fillet it, we have our own way, but it kind of gets the best percentage possible of meat off the fish. We see it go here, it goes right around the spine.
Bringing those little bones right up through.
Yeah. Then it just goes the other side just like that. And then right back down the back. Just goes right along the rib bones there. Comes off. Flip it to the other side. Here, let me see the and there. You can see very little meat's left there. We try to use as much product as possible. We don't want to waste anything. Anything that, I mean, what my father used to do is he would basically take a knife like this, and any little piece, you know, that's a nickel, that's $1, that's a quarter. It adds up after, you know, because we go through about 100,000, 200,000 pounds of fish a week, so it really adds up. So we can train our guys to basically be the best at what they do, not to leave really any meat at all. And then it comes down to, this line right here. And what they do here is they just pull the bones out and make sure there's no bones in there. You know, no one wants a mouthful of bones. And then once it comes down over here, they have the fish by each type. If the and it's ready to go for the restaurants. If they want, they can do a scale on, which is like known as on the half shell. If they want, we can scale it as well, or we can just take the skin off completely. Whatever they want, it's up to them. Typically with salmons, they'll do skin on. Typically with drums, they do it skin on but scale. Salmon simply have the scale still on. And right here is where the whole retail operation is, basically the crux of the retail operation. We have Matt and then Chuck here, they're both our warehouse managers. And basically the order comes in here, kind of like a little assembly line again. They see the order, they call it out, they dictate to everyone what needs to be done. It's brought to them right here, they kind of inspect it for quality, make sure it's good, portion it out, they'll weigh it right here. They hit the button for the right number, for the fish, and they'll come out with the ticket there. It just goes right out to the retail, and they scan it, charge the customer, in and out, as fast as possible. But also, it's not cut beforehand or anything. It's just as soon as you come in, tell us what you want, we go ahead and we cut it for you. It goes over here to the very end. You'll see Chuck, that's our warehouse manager in the black beanie. He makes sure everything's right, makes sure everything's of good quality, and then he sends it out to people outside. Or if it's for a restaurant, it goes over to Cindy over here in the middle table. She makes sure it's all good for the restaurant. Comes to this final spot right here. We spot check it, make sure everything's correct, make sure the numbers are right and everything, the weights are correct. We send it right out through these doors over here, goes to our trucks, and out off to the restaurants. It can be there. If you place an order in with a restaurant, we can have it to your restaurant within the hour sometimes. I mean, we really excel on doing a speedy process. With other suppliers, you know, you put your order in, it cannot be there maybe for a day, 2 days max. With us, place an order, it can be there within an hour or 2 hours. Okay, over here as well, we have our oysters. We can go through Gulf oysters, East Coast oysters, and also Blue Band oysters. That's Jerry right there. He's been with us for a good time, and he takes care of all our oysters and everything. Hey, Jerry, are you real busy?
No.
You want to tell us about the oysters a little bit?
Sure. We go through about 800 to 1,000 bags of oysters a week. No, most of my oysters come out of the Texas Gulf. Most of them come out of Galveston Bay. We buy 2 different types of oysters. These are our Gulf oysters here. We've got what we call a treasure band or a blue band. It's a pressure treated oyster. That's the way to explain it to you. Let me get my little tool out. I'll open one up for you. They're very easy to open. It's a much cleaner, better tasting oyster. And sometimes I get these things open with one pop.
Now these are a better tasting oyster than...
Most people agree that they are.
Wow.
You're about to find out.
Okay.
Basically what it is, it's pressure treated, so it's a little bit cleaner. It rinses out the grit off a little bit of the mud on the outside, and then it's a little bit easier to open as well. It kind of opens up a little bit, and when it opens, it cleans out the inside. They wrap a blue band around there, and then it kind of closes. But as soon as you open it up, it opens up a little bit in the front. So you can actually, if you want to shuck it traditionally, you can do that as well.
Let's
if you
try
want to go a little bit
different.
easier, you can go from the front and just kind of cut the membrane and open up the
Oh,
side.
wow. Now I have a video of them bringing the oysters in the vault.
Oh, really?
The way
Awesome.
they bring them in.
Just open it up like that.
Help yourself.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Help yourself. Would you like one? Isn't it good?
Mmm.
Not real salty. It's a good, pleasant taste. Nice, clean taste.
Oh, that was
Oh,
wonderful.
excellent. Excellent.
That's delicious. That was fresh, fresh, fresh.
That was in the water 3 days ago.
Wow. That is delicious. Okay, well, wonderful. Let's go ahead and take a look closer.
I could show you the freezer too.
Sure.
Come on.
It's pretty cold now.
It's only about
Oh, gee.
eight below zero right
Oh,
now.
gee.
Frozen products are kept in here. I've got all my locks and tails in this area here. I've got some of your exotic stuff like your tabicos, which are basically
It's basically the kind of caviar you put on top of like sushi rolls, something like that. It gives a nice little bite, good amount of flavor. There's different types. There's like squid flavored ones. There's you know, like the green ones are like wasabi flavor and different flavors like that. But real good for like putting on top of sushi or anything you want to give it a little bit of flavor to.
got a full selection of squid, octopus here.
And we got everything too from shrimp to kind of more retail type item. We have, let me see what we have here. We have shrimp that's also head on, head off, you know, all different types of that. The good stuff right here, the king crab, the snow crab, the Dungeness crab. Our guys in here stay pretty bundled up, just to, you know, keep warm and everything.
You can't tell it's summer outside right
Yeah, it's
now.
101 outside, but in here it's like -7, -8 or so.
Got more snow crabs over here, king crabs. Got Dungeness crabs over here. I've got soft shell crabs over here. If it comes out of the water, we've got it.
Yeah.
We sell it.
That's Ramona right there.
This is wonderful.
And then even like we have some from Bowers right here locally. They're in Palacios, Texas, and they do catfish and they do fresh shrimp as well, and also frozen shrimp. And they're a really good product. We've been with this, I think, I remember going to see them the first time when I was probably about 12 years old or so. So we've been doing that for at least 8 or 9 years with them. It's a real good company, real nice family. We work really closely with them.
Wow, what a fabulous retail store you have here
Thank you,
now.
thank you.
You've now brought retail to the public,
Yes.
and you're open Monday through
Monday through Friday, 9 to 4:30, and then on Saturday we're open from 9 to 1. Saturday's a really fun day. We have people come in, you know, they sample out some of our fish. They what we work with real closely is Rich True. It's Rich Singleton of Rich True Spices. Lola, our actually named Amy of Lola Spices, and then we also work with Tio Mike. He's local, and also Alton Chupacabra. We like to work with the local guys a lot, and they have spices, sauces, you know, all those things. Real good stuff. Probably my favorite one though is gotta be Rich True's lime garlics. It goes perfect on any white fish. It is great. You just put it on the grill, put a little fish. That's it. It's done.
Wow. And you've got a retail clothing line.
Yeah, we got our
David,
shirts now.
you need a hat.
Yeah.
Well, he collects hats, we'll have to get him a
Oh,
hat.
yeah.
And then let's just kind of go through some of the unique items that you offer.
A lot of people think just because, you know, we're Groomer Seafood, they think all we do is seafood, but we've really started to branch out a little bit. What we're really working nicely with is the Vital Farms company. They're out of Austin. They do pasture-raised organic eggs, so they're not in a cage. They're not even in like a cage free where they're still in close quarters. They're out there on the pasture like God made them to be. They're eating from, you know, the ground. They get the vitamin D from the sun. Really, really nice thing. And what's really nice is they include a little note right there too. It's a little personal touch. But look at these eggs. I mean, they're just beautiful.
They're huge. They are beautiful. Now these are they're $5.99 a dozen, and you've got them right here in your cooler.
and it's got a real nice taste. It's more, it's almost, the way they described it to me was basically, if you had a drawing compared to a drawing that's filled in, that's the difference between these eggs and your typical store-bought egg. It's just a fuller flavor, it's got a nice thicker yolk, and it's really just great for any of the culinary uses that you use for an egg.
Great.
But then we also have things like kimchi, we have, you know, smoked salmons, we have gefilte fish, we have, let's see.
Oh, smoked salmon.
And we have gingers, you know, all different types of horseradishes, of course.
Quail eggs.
Quail eggs. And we go through those like crazy. We have, it's a pretty good item on retail. Who really buys them a lot though is our restaurants. Our restaurants buy them by the cases. I mean, just by a ton. So those are actually really hard to keep stocked. Over here though, we have our frozen products. We work with La Boucherie. They're out of Houston. It's a real great family company. They do a lot of Cajun type items, like stuffed chickens. They also do like the turduckens that are real famous. They do pork tenderloins that are wrapped. They have like you know, your stuffed hens, stuffed chicken breasts. They also have over here like green bean casseroles, smothered corn, crawfish pie, shrimp pie, and all your kind of Cajun type items. But they're real popular around Thanksgiving time. It's real popular, all popular items.
Now I really want to talk about your Gulf shrimp. I'm going to grab a bag. Now, tell us, you always are with your newsletter. Oh, and go back and tell us about your newsletter and how we can sign up for your newsletter.
You can sign up for our newsletter whenever you come in. You can just ask one of our salespeople and they'll get you all signed up. Or you can go to groomerseafood.com. On the bottom right-hand side of the page, you can go and sign up right there on your computer as well. You'll get our recipes every Thursday, our specials, and also a little blurb about, you know, what's going on. If there's anything exciting happening, like Lobster Mania, that was one that we did a lot of the constant contact, or just any general information, we'll put it on there. It'll go into your email every Thursday.
Now I know a lot of times whenever you email, you'll send out little flash bulletins, and I know that sometimes you'll run really good specials on your shrimp.
Yep.
Now these are colossal or jumbo
These are
shrimp.
colossal right here. It's a 10-15 count.
Look at how big these are.
Right now, these are coming out of Port Isabel, Texas. It's actually our hometown. That's where everything started. We work real closely with, there's the Pockresses down there, the Zimmermans, real close family friends, because the Groomers actually, we started out mainly as strippers, and then we kind of went from there. So we're real close with those families. But what they do with these is they catch them on the boats, they individually quick freeze them, so it's basically as fresh frozen as you can get, and they send it right over here within, you know, just even a day of catching sometimes. But they'll go out there for a while, get all the shrimp, they come back in, they'll have thousands and thousands of pounds. We get it all in, we sell it to the restaurants, sell it on retail. And what's good about these is shrimp has such a short shelf life. When you do fresh shrimp, you gotta use it in 1 day, 2 days. With these, you can keep these for 2 to 3 months. If you keep them in your freezer, just pull out as many as you need, thaw them out, you're good to go. The rest you just save in the freezer.
I know one of my quick recipes with Real Texas Vlog is I will put a slice of jalapeno where you debone them and then wrap them in bacon, grill them up a little bit, put a little butter, cilantro butter over them, and it's delicious.
That sounds good.
These are wonderful, and I do know that, you know, we've got guests. All I have to do is just go get a couple out, make some homemade cocktail sauce, and voila.
Yep.
Okay, so what other goodies do we have?
Recently, we started carrying these porterhouse steaks.
Yeah.
Right out of Kansas City. They're $13.95 each, 23 ounce. It's actually a really big hit with our employees, actually. I have one employee, he buys about 10 a week. He just takes them in, gets it for his family. And I haven't tried them yet. From what he told me though, they're really, really good. I have to get on these. But these are a new item right here.
Wow.
We also have things like unagi. It's the barbecue eel. We have New Zealand green shell mussels. We have bacalao, salted cod. We have these, and also in our freezers we have the full sides if you're looking for a larger side. We have things like escargot.
Escargot.
We have your calamari steaks. We have.
Wait, let's go back to your escargot. Okay, so now with escargot, it looks like it's already complete. All you're gonna do is
just
do what?
put it in the oven. You just follow the instructions right there. I believe it's 12 minutes at 320 to 302 degrees or so, and then it's good to go. It has all the butter, everything you need in there.
I can see. Look at this butter. it's already there.
And this is another item that's really hard to keep stocked. These go really, really fast with our retail customers. Another great item we have here is from the Diamond H Ranch in Bandera, and they do quail. And so we have everything from, you know, your whole quails, your seasoned split breasts, whole breast splits. We have the quail legs. We also have down here, what's real good is buffalo. We're kind of getting into buffalo a little bit. So we have like ground buffalo, the sausages, and andouille sausage with it, and even kind of more exotic things like venison down here. Over here as well, we have smoked andouille, your boudins, of course, you know, from boils and all that, or for any Cajun eating, we have different types of sausages there. And then here, the company we're just now kind of getting into is called the Big Easy. They're out of Louisiana. They do kind of, you know, your microwave foods. Typically, I'm not too crazy about microwave foods. They do a really good job with it, so really high quality, and looking forward to working with them a lot more in the future. And then over here we have your shrimp that are peel and devein. So, you know, if you want to take some shrimp home, we don't want to take the time to peel them, devein them, and all that, we got you covered. We have 2-pound bags. We also have some that are easy peel in 1-pound bags. And basically what that is, it's either just split down the back so the vein's out, and so you can boil them or whatever, and then just peel and eat. Or if you just want them completely done, we have a peel and devein, either raw or cooked as well. With these, you just thaw them out and good to go with a cocktail sauce. So it's great for an appetizer or even for a meal as well.
Wow, we've got it all covered. So now we've got a lot of different sauces and ingredients.
We have, basically here is our little, it's kind of more our Asian section. It's got a lot of stuff for sushi, for like stir fries, things like that. Let me see, we have, you know, everything from like rice vinegars, you know, your soy sauces, of course. We have unagi sauce, your eel sauce. We have your seaweeds and everything for doing sushi. We also have these here. This is kind of a pretty cool item. It's a soy wrapper, and basically you can just basically wrap, you know, like shrimp in there. You can do like sushi in there. It gives it a nice little flavor. It's a little bit different, but this item is a real popular one with some of our sushi restaurants actually. Here is this is our Rick's True seasoning. It's made by Rick Singleton. He's a real close friend of our family. He makes a great seasoning, as you can see by our little labels there. He's the #1 seller. We have everything from, we have the lime garlic pepper, which is great for like your whitefish. You have your fajita style, which is great if you're grilling. Or we have this sweet red onion, which is really, really good if you're going to be doing a salmon. It's really phenomenal on salmon. You can put it on almost anything, but I think it really is outstanding on salmon.
And it's a sweet red onion. Wow.
And it's got no MSG. It's not very salty. It's got 70% less salt than your typical store-bought brands. So it really doesn't overpower the fish. It just kind of elevates it a little bit. It lets the fish kind of have its natural flavor, and just kind of makes that a little bit better. This is a good friend of ours who does this. Her name's Amy. She does Lola Spices. She has her Cajun blend, her Southwest, and also the Caribbean. My favorite, personally, just because I like spicy, is the Cajun. My girlfriend doesn't like that one so much. It's a little bit too spicy for her. So if you're looking for something that's got a great flavor but not as much spice, the Caribbean blend or the Southwest blend is great as well. I just learned also, it actually started not as putting on meats or on fish, but making rice seasoning. So she's now started on Fridays. She comes in, and Saturdays, and she makes rice using her seasoning. It's really, really good. I told her she really needs to get a little package of rice with seasoning in there because I think that would sell really well. It's great for a little quick meal.
Great. I also noticed that you've got some other items, cooking items.
Items from, it's called the Taco Companion Group. And what they have is they have everything, you know, from wood chips to a little grill station here. They have shaker baskets. We even have things like this. This is for if you make French fries. Use one of these little cones here. You put the French fries in there. It's good for a get-together, entertaining guests. You have things like a kebab rack and skewers. You have different planks for grilling, of course, especially for salmons. Our #1 is going to be your cedar planks, of course, but we also have white oak. We have these little grilling wraps that are really neat. Maple, hickory, and cherry as well if you want to give a little bit extra flavor to it. And then here we have everything from smoking platforms. We have a s'more set.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's real popular with the kids during summertime. But we have butter warmers. We have a little skewer station. We have paella lids, you know, stainless steel pro griddle. You have little non-stick roasting racks. These are a little more for like fish. You have like a fish grilling basket. Real helpful if you're trying to grill the whole fish, you know, so it's not all over the place.
I needed that when I was making my red fish. It kind of fell all over the place.
And then you also have, skewer shield. You have this one right here, and that's a cedar plank. It also comes with a little seasoning as well. Really, really nice seasoning. Very similar to almost like to Rick's True seasoning. You have the grill rings. You have different marinade injectors, your grill brush, kind of little miscellaneous things like that. You also have grill woks. These are real cool. You just put on the grill, a little wok. You have some Himalayan salt plates. These are a really popular item here. We're just not getting into it. It's actually so popular, they're not making any more, I believe, until September, they're saying, because they're completely just out of stock. But what it is, it's a huge Himalayan salt plate, and you just basically cook on top of it. There's no need to salt your food or anything. It salts itself. It gives a really nice flavor, that Himalayan salt. It's getting real, real popular. And then we have the holders here as well, which is kind of protected from, wear and tear.
Thank you so much for taking us on this wonderful tour.
Thank you.
And one more thing is we're going to go out and take a look at your trucks. And that way, whenever we see it, we can follow a groomer's truck.
Right to here.
To come back to you. So I'm Ramona Werst, and this is Blake Groomer of Groomer Seafood here in San Antonio. And we look forward to more and more really great specials. Blake, we're going to see all these trucks running all over San Antonio and the local area. When you see one of these trucks, it's usually going to be delivering to restaurants.
Restaurants, caterers, even places like JW Marriott, things like that, or even for just big events, anything really where a lot of seafood. Even up in Austin, we're doing the F1 races up there. Even you may even see us up there. But we do a lot of different events, restaurants, caterers, any chef kind of oriented thing. We're usually there if seafood's there.
Now I know on your big trucks it says, follow me to Groomers, so all you have to do is honk, wave at a guy, and just follow him back to Groomers and get wonderful, fresh seafood. It's the freshest in Texas.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much. This has been a great interview. We look forward to doing a lot with Groomers.
Awesome. Come on in.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.